my crafty friends, Nana Kay here. I am still working on this original signature of the altered greeting cards. And on this particular page, I want to try something a little different. I'm gonna do it live on this, or not live, but on the video for the first time as I'm experimenting with it, because I'm not sure how I'm going to work it out. But my idea is I want to try to make a waterfall journaling spot. I've never done one, and I think it would be pretty. And I want to keep whatever I do kind of thin. I don't want it to be real thick. So I'm going to take an original piece of paper and I'm going to fold it in half like this. And then I'm going to fold it one more time. I'm going to fold it in 4 pieces, like so. Okay, the fold lines aren't all that important. We're just trying to get, I'm going to try to get 4 pieces the same size out of this. So I'm just going to look at it here. And I want to bring it right along here. Like I say, guys, I'm just experimenting. We may crash and burn on this one. But just something a little different that I've got in my mind that I want to do. So I'm going to try to cut all the way through that. Hopefully that was straight. And I'm going to cut off the top just a tiny bit. Don't want to cut too much off. Just because we want 4 completely loose spinning pieces of paper like that. Okay, that's what I want. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we may have to adjust this. Okay, so what my idea is to see if I can make a waterfall with 4 of them and how much I would want to turn it. Okay, so let's look at folding it on the 3rd mark on the top. We want to try to keep it about the same. So that 3rd line, it's right about there. I think they're all about the same. I don't know. I'll look. Whatever that is what we want. However many inches that is, I'm going to try to fold it at that amount. Every one of them. Let's make sure. Okay, so that one can be done the same way. We're okay. That 3rd line gives me about the same. Wait a minute, let's make sure. I don't want to tell a lie. 1, 2, 3, 3rd line. Let's make our fold line on the 3rd line. Like I say, guys, I've never done this, so you're getting to see this. So this was actually going to be the 4th line, because that very top one is a line, but it's really about the same. Okay, I'm going to fold it there. And we'll fold our, hopefully we are getting them all the same. Wow, that worked out better to be unrehearsed, didn't it? And we didn't do too bad. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I am quite pleased with that so far. So this is my base for my waterfall. Oh, that looks like it's a little crooked. See my line? Okay, let's fold them and see what we get. Okay, so we're gonna fold that, fold that, fold that. Then we're just going to be able to decorate these a little bit with some clip arts that come along. So, nothing fancy. Alright, that was my line paper I used. As you saw, I cut 4 pieces. Now let's see if it's going to fit on the page. We're just going to experiment before we glue it down. Let's put the first one right about there. The second one would come right up under that one. We want to make sure we've got enough space to do 4. It's not easy doing it not glued, but we're gonna manage. We just got to check and see how we do here. Next one is going to go same way, this way, this way, this way. Okay, right there. Okay. And the next one's going to do the same thing, but right there. And that's where it's going to go. So when we lay it down, we have a, ooh, not quite a full page waterfall, do we? All right, we're going to try that again. All right, try that again. There to there. And then one's going to go right there. Just don't want it to hang over when I start gluing it. That's all. I'm just trying to prevent the hangover. Oh, okay. You got to fold it and get it right where it's going to go. And I'm going to estimate that it's going to come very close to the bottom. All right, we're going with it. Let's glue it. Hey, all we can do is mess it up and do it again, right? All right, so we're going to go close to the top. All we're going to do is glue the strip. And this is a waterfall journaling spot. How about that? Hey, it may already have been done. I just haven't seen it if it has been. But we're going to glue this one down like so. Right about there. Hope I get about the same amount of space at the bottom, but if I don't, I'm not going to worry. Okay, we're going to glue that one right about there. Make sure it's straight. Press it down, press it down. I've got to put some glue right there on that edge. Press it down. All right, so that piece is down. I hope the video is not too dark for you guys. It's getting a little bit cloudy outside, and I did not turn my shop lights on. Sometimes I like sitting in the dark. Another one of my weird quirks. Okay. That one's going to go there. Like so. Make sure they're lined up when you pull them up. Make sure they're lined up. That looks crooked as a banshee. So we're going to straighten it out. Okay, that looks nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, let's do two more. I hope we got it right. I can't swear to it, but I believe it's going to be okay, guys. Like I say, you're getting to see it uncut, live, pre-done. First time it's ever been done on my end of the line anyway. Try to line it up straight. Under that fold. Shut it. Make sure it's looking good. It does look good so far. How about this? Now you can come back and round the corners. There's other things you can do. Oh, I think we could do one more. Oh, we might do one more. We could. We could do one more. Oh, let's make sure this one's not straight. They're not straight. Gotta straighten it out a little. Okay, and I don't know if I can even remember the size. That's bad. Okay, let's do another piece. You know what? Yeah, we're going to have to do another one. All right, so the size, we're going to have to go cut another one in, which scares me a little bit because maybe I can get the exact size, but we're going to try. This piece already cut. Let's not use the whole sheet. The cut piece. I need to cut it. Okay, we're going to do one more piece. So it'll be 5 pieces. Let's try to line it up about the same, because that's about the same distance there to there. So this one will need to be cut off at this line. Right here, somewhere close to that line. Yep, on that line. And width-wise, we need to cut it right about there. Let's see if we can manage that one. Coming off. And cut it right there. And we just got to make sure we get the fold on the third line like everything else. This is the piece. This is the piece we want, right? And we want to fold it right on that third line. Okay, guys, I think we're okay. And we've got another one if we need it. And it's exactly the same size, so not quite, just a small amount of trimming if we need another one, but I don't think we will. I think this is going to be the last one we need. Let's do the bone fold right on that third line like it's been with every other one. Okay. I'm anticipating needing 5. Oh, excuse the noise. We got a little bit of non-glue right there. I need to touch up with my finger. Okay. We're going to glue this one down. Right there. Get it lined up. And it comes pretty close to the bottom like we want it. And we're going to decorate them. All right, let's make sure we're pretty even. Okay, that one looks like it's a little off. So we're going to twist it a little. All of them look like they're in place now. So there is our waterfall journaling spot right there. We're going to come back with some clip art and decorate that beauty just like we see it. That one's a little gimpy right there, so let's try to slide it just a little. Okay, the glue is already stuck, but that's okay. And that one looks a little gimpy, and the glue is not stuck, so we can adjust this one. Okay, and we can come back with some decorations on those too, on the strips. Alright guys, so I just made I'm a little off here. I'm going to just try to straighten that out. And that's all you got to do is, because the paper is just light, it's just kind of push down and just twist it a little to get the edge like you want it. Now I can tell that that one's off a little too. And I don't know why, but that's okay. You can still adjust it. Get it right along the edge, adjust it like you want it, and press down. It's going to fix it. And it doesn't have to be so precise. That is strictly up to you. I am being precise because that's just the way I am. Alright. So there is my waterfall. So now what I'll do now is I'm going to round my corners. I'm not sure that this is going to clip the corners, but we're going to round them. It did. Alright, so let's go on. Clip the corners of every one of them. Just gives it a more finished look, in my opinion. My opinion is not the only one out there, so you do yours however you want. But that gives you an idea of something else you can do with a waterfall. A lot of journaling spot here. This is great for your designer journals as well as your junk journals, guys. Take old pad papers and make you some writing waterfalls. Okay, so there's our waterfall design. Alright, so on this other page, like I said, we're going to come back with some clip art and decorate that, but that's the start of the waterfall writing spot. 5 levels there. That's gorgeous to me. Alright, now I got some pockets, and I don't think I want anything quite that wide on that side there. I want to keep it kind of small. Let's see what other kind of pages I have in this kit that has pockets. I like this tall skinny. Let's see what this tall skinny looks like here. I believe I like the tall skinny. Let's see how this tall skinny works out for this design. Alright. This is in the kit. It's one of the tall skinny ones. And if you want this to be a little flatter, cut the fold wings off. That's up to you. I am going to keep this very flat if I can. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of strength right there where the pocket pulls in and out, and everything else I'm going to leave like it is. It is printed on 32-pound professional grade brochure paper, so it is already somewhat strong. This is a tag that goes to the tall skinny. And I hadn't planned this one either, but I just told you I was going to come back and do those two. We're going to be through with this particular signature. The next thing we're going to decide is how many signatures in our altered greeting card journal are we going to use. Okay, let's throw those aside. This is a tall skinny. Make sure it's in there. This is cut out, I think, with this. Not sure, so I'm just going to use my scissors, and I'm just going to cut it the old-fashioned fussy cut way. And that works just as well. Alright, so we're going to stain it a little bit on the edges, across the top. And we're going to add, like I said, a piece of cardstock, just a tiny piece, not a lot, and I'm only going to use the 67-pound. I'm not using the 110, just to give me a little bit of strength under there. That's all I'm after. Nothing major, just some strength. And I don't need it, but that way right there. I'm holding it up to my light. That's why I'm holding it up, guys. I know you can't see it, but I'm holding it up to the light and I can see my line. So it's right about there. Doesn't have to be pretty or anything because this is going on the inside. Now again, this is going to be put where we have to cut out that slot again, but I want to put it right up to the edge. So I tap it on my desk like so, press it down, and that gives me a little bit of strength right there where I'm going to pull the pocket in and out. And I have done this many times, so this is not new, but it's always nice in case somebody is new to our videos and haven't watched other ones to see the same technique done again for their benefit. Alright, so again, we're going to, and I'm going to kind of stain that back edge like so. Alright, so far so good. Now, we're going to hit the fold lines. Turn this pocket under and glue it down. Now these are pretty wide wings for this particular pocket, which means you could do a little bit more intricate designing on the tag that's going to go inside. It can be a little fatter. Again, I told you I am trying to keep mine kind of flat, so I won't be doing a lot of intricate designing on mine, just because I do not want it to stick up, and I really don't want that black line to show, so I'm going to try to fold it a little further in, just a little. Like so. Of course, the ink will cover it too. There we go. Let's make sure. Yeah, we got these black lines covered. We don't want them to show, because what we want to do is put a purple line out there. A little bit of that black line is showing there, but I really think once I do the purple staining, I'm going to set this aside again, guys. Hope I don't make much noise. Let's look at it again to make sure it's going to fit. I'm going to cap it all the way to the bottom of that page. Alright, inking up the side again, just like we always do our inking. And I am using the Vivid Violet on this one. And I am doing a combination. Some parts have the vintage, especially on the things like this, will have the vintage photo. Other parts have the vivid violet. No, that's wilted violet. I'm sorry. I didn't read it correctly. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. And I don't want to get too much into the center because you understand we're getting that pop up when you start doing that. I'm going to move this a little this way. And I'm going to come in with some kind of a design right there. Probably fussy cut or either something that I punch out with my die cuts. But for right now, we're just going to get these flaps glued down. And I am using my Berry Arts for this. So I'm balancing between the two. It really doesn't matter. And if you want to center yours, fine. I'm going to make mine just off-centered a little bit all the way to the base. And press it down, try to make sure it's straight. And what you end up with here is just a little deeper pocket. You see, you can pull up. Well, let it dry, but you got a little more depth there. All right, this card, I am going to make a little thicker. Okay, and I'm going to grab the 110. Let's see if I can find a piece of 110 that's not there in my scrap pile. So let me reach over here to my desk. I'm going to grab a 110. That's a piece of 110. All right, and I'm going to glue this one down on that. Trying to make sure I've got glue on all the edges. That's the most important part. Excuse this die cut. I'm going to make something with it, but I didn't do it. Mostly because I cannot pick up my vagabond. So, and my husband's not over here because of the surgery I had. I had to have a bladder tuck, and my intestines are both tucked. So I can't lift anything more than a pound. My doctor says for about 3 weeks. So can't lift him up and put him on my desk. So I could not do my die cutting. And I'm thinking seriously about getting my granddaughters to come spend the weekend with me so they can help me lift and do things. And my shop needs cleaning. Oh my goodness, it's a mess. My little mama kitty still hasn't had her kittens. I thought this morning she might be going to. I'm getting a little worried now. No, not a little. I'm getting a lot worried. And this whole grandma's getting ready. Probably Monday, if she has not had these babies, we're going to carry her to the vet and see if for some reason she cannot have these babies, because she's miserable. That's all she does is roll at my feet and kind of whine. Not crying a lot, not like she's in pain, but I'm just getting a little concerned. Me and my cats, they rule my life sometimes. All right, this piece is not wide enough, so we'll find another piece. Hopefully, I'll have one, hopefully. And that one's just about perfect. Can't ask for better than that. Okay. And we're doing the same thing again. I'm just putting a journaling spot there. Nothing fancy, no flip folds. But this would be because of the size of the pocket. Remember I told you it had fat wings? Because of the size of that pocket, you could do like a whole sheet and make it a fold-out tag. I'm not going to, because again, I'm trying to minimize how fat this particular signature gets. I don't want it to get it much larger than what it's gotten as far as depth goes. It's the first time I've actually used greeting cards like this, and see, I'm already getting a big fold out here. I'm going to have to put it in the press and train it. So that's another thing. When I sew it, it's going to go down some too, but we don't want it too much thicker than this, guys. And this is only one signature, and we're going to do 2 or 3. I have not decided how many. We might even do 4. I think a 4 was my original plan. Hey, but we'll see. We'll see what this journal can hold. And it is my full intent to make the cover for this journal out of a larger greeting card if I have one. I have a few larger ones. So I am going to try to make a larger, so we'll take a large one and make the cover that's going to be for this. And I'm probably going to have like a 2.5, 3 inch spine if I'm going to do 4 signatures, but we will get there as we get there. I'm not going to jump too far ahead. Okay, I've flattened the tag out. I'm going to eyeball the center, guys. I had to measure for a long time, but I'm getting where I can eyeball. Not saying that it's perfect, but close. All right, and we're going to do the same on this tag. I don't want it to stick way up, so I'm going to reach behind me with my scissors, and I'm just going to cut me a strand of my tag out of the same material I've been using. I cut too much, so a little bit of waste here, but not. We will figure out somewhere to use what I cut off. Okay, again, I'm going to tie it low like this, and I'm going to bring it down. When I tie it, I'm going to tie it in a downward position, because I do not want it to stick way above my book. So grab this piece here. Okay, start pulling it. Center that tuck up there. Put my glue underneath here. And I do put I put a generous amount so that when it dries, we've got a nice tight tag there. It's not going to stretch out. Okay, again, I'm pulling it down. And I'm going to cut it at an angle. Okay. There's that one, and there's my tie on it. I'm going to keep my ribbon for one of my stacks. We won't waste it. Okay, and I'm pulling. Pushing it down. There. All right, guys, so there's that one. Now, there's a lot more you can do to the tag as well. I am going to round the bottom corner. And I'm going to use the large one. And I'm going to ink the edges. Just slightly, not a major amount, just enough to get the white edge off. I'm going to do front and back. And on the back, when I get some clip art done over the weekend, I am going to take the weekend and find some pansy clip art that I can design. I'll take the graphics I've got, and I'll design some clip art, guys. I promise. It's not a lot. I looked on Etsy. There's just not a lot of pansy to buy. So I'm going to have to design some, so just bear with me. We're just having to do a lot of this stuff from scratch. And there is our tag for our journal spot, which is going to go right in there. How pretty. Let it roll over the top. And it slides right in. So that one's on. So guys, in just a few minutes, Nana Kay came in here and I threw together 2 more pieces. Like I say, I'm going to get my die cut machine out with my granddaughter to get here. And guys, I apologize. I'm so helpless right now, but we'll get there. And I'm probably going to do something on this line, either fussy cut or I've got some new die cuts in. I'll use those, but we're going to do along that edge there. And this, I'm not going to do any inking yet until we decide what we want, because I may do these in purple to match this side here. So this is Nana Kay saying, let's keep making this author journal card. We are almost through with the first signature. It is looking absolutely beautiful. I'm going to flip through it. This is the first time you've been with me. We got to make a card for this. It's coming. We've got that one. That's what we just finished. And we've done our center. So all we've got now is the back part. So when we come back, we will hopefully have a card made for this one. And we will work on this side right here. Don't know what we'll do, but that's what's next. So this is Nana Kay saying, y'all have a beautiful rest of your day. And I hope you enjoyed this little short video. Come again soon. Bye-bye.